Hello beautiful people, my name is Bridget and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is something I have been thinking about filming for a really long time and I'm finally doing it. So today we're talking about makeup products that I neglected, things that whether I liked them at first or did not try them in my collection for a really long time and then later on I fell in love with. So I'm going to talk about these products today. They're things that for some reason or other did not spark my interest as much as probably they should have since I really like these things when I first had them. But without any further ado, let's get into it. Alright guys, before we get started, these are my personal opinions. If we disagree on anything, it's just makeup. It's not that serious. And let's get into it. So firstly, a couple of these things I reviewed and gave good reviews and I kind of left alone for a while and then I came back to them really loving them. And then some of these things I just did not pay attention to in my collection at all for a while. So the first one is something I really liked. The packaging is very annoying on it and I feel like it's empty even though I haven't used it that much. But this is the Bounce Foundation from Beauty Blender. This is in the shade 1.20. This was originally too dark for me, but I've grown into it. It fits me pretty good now. This is a gorgeous formula. The shade range sucks. Like, we're not going to talk about the shade range issues because I feel like that's been talked about to death and back. But the foundation itself is stunning. Like, it's a beautiful finish. I do like this unique packaging fun thing, but it acts like it's empty even when it's not. But I love the finish of this foundation. For some reason, it was just alright to me. Maybe because it wasn't a perfect shade match for me. I just didn't feel like mixing things all the time, so I didn't pay attention to it for a really long time. And then when I recently dived back into it again, I'm in love. Like, I need to buy another one, but I don't want to spend the money on it. But it's so good. Next up is something that I got a really long time ago and I think it came with something else. And I was like, alright, this is alright, and I neglected it for a long time and for the last couple months I've been using it constantly. So this is the Becca Skin Love Glow Shield Prime and Set Mist. I thought this was fine when I originally had it, but I have so many other sprays that kind of just like left it in the drawer. I don't know why I tossed that, but I did. And I really like it. Like, I like it a lot because it's supposed to be glowy, right? I'm almost at the bottom of here. With you? Yeah, I'm at the bottom of it now. I'm going to get another one if I can find one at TJ Maxx. When they open back up, if they ever open that back up. I miss TJ Maxx so much. But you can find that there, especially in like smaller sizes. So I would definitely pick up another one, especially for like $12 instead of $30. Really expensive original price. But at first I was just like, alright, another setting mist. But it's leaving me glowy. And then I was thinking glowy makes my makeup not last as long, but really that one just settles down a lot of the powder on my skin and it doesn't leave like glitter reflex. I don't want glitter reflex in a setting spray unless I'm feeling that particular mood. So I'm glad that doesn't have it and I think it does settle down the makeup really nicely. So I quite enjoy that, but at first I was just like worried about my makeup not lasting as long with using that product. Next up are two products that I did not pay one bit of attention to at first, and now they're like go-to products. The first one is the Daddy liquid lipstick from Jeffree Star Cosmetics in the Manny and MUA collaboration back in the day. I did not like this color originally. It is a brown. It's just a kind of a cool tone brown color. It's called Daddy. I had zero interest in this. I always called it like a culty brown color of lipstick. Ooh, okay. I coughed for a second. But I call this a culty brown color of lipstick and I didn't enjoy it. So I was just like, this is a weird kind of just weird color. And now I can't stop wearing it. Like, I force myself to wear other lipsticks other than this one these days. Once I tried it again after a really long time, I was like, this is totally my vibe now because I've changed my style a lot and I love that color. Like, I need to go on Beautylish, buy another one because it's limited edition thing and Manny MUA and him are not friends anymore, so I'm scared it's gonna go away. I need an exact dupe. One of you guys sent me an LA Girl lipstick that's supposed to be a dupe for Daddy, but I haven't tried it out yet. But I mean, it's exactly the color I want to wear every single day. Like today, I'm not wearing it because I'm forcing myself not to wear it constantly because I'm scared of running out of it. But it's a beautiful brown and I feel like it looks fantastic. The other thing that I neglected for so long, I didn't even try it. I just had it and I was like, I'll get around to it. It is this Pixie Beauty from Head to Toe Wednesday's Glowy Powder. I think the reason I didn't try this is like, what am I going to do with this pink glowy powder? And then I saw Beauty Bean use this as a blush. And I was like, that's exactly what it's used for, a glowy blush. It's just a pink powder, and it just says glowy powder on the back of it. I was like, I don't know what I do with this. It's too dark for a highlighter on me, and like, I neglected it. But then when the idea of doing a glowy blush came into my head, I really like it. I do wish this came in like a pinkier tone. It's a little, you can see it when it's turned like this, it's a little on the darker side for me. but I do love the glowiness to it, and it's really, really pretty on the cheeks. So it's a nice glowy blush, but I had no idea what to do with it at first. Next up are lashes. So these are something that I tried forever ago because it's like the most hyped thing ever, and I didn't like them. And then I recently tried them again when I fell for their Lashentine little sets, and I really loved them. So now I'm back to regular Miamis. So these are Lily Lashes Miami lashes. They're like the most Instagram talked about lash out there. I cannot think of another lash that's just as popular as Miami by Lily Lashes. I really can't. I can't at all, actually. I can't think of any other lash that's nearly as popular as these. And at first when I tried them, I didn't like them, but my lash style has gotten a lot more flary these days. I like a big lash like these. These are Deep Dish by Glamlite, by the way, because I'm gassed. But Miami's by Lily Lashes, I wear these all the time now. Like, I bought 2 pairs of these when they were on sale, and I really thoroughly enjoyed them. They're stupid expensive. Lily Lashes are so expensive. But I do get a ton of wears out of them every time, so I feel like it's hard because they're stupid expensive, and I don't appreciate paying money for... They're faux meat. They're literally like synthetic fibers on a band. I don't know why they're so expensive. But they're very pretty, so, and I get a lot of uses out of them, so I feel like it's kind of justified. But I did not like the style on me the first time I tried them. I hated them. I thought they were ugly. I thought everyone on Instagram was lying to me about how they looked. And then when I came back to them, they look great. They're absolutely stunning. I wear them almost every day, it seems like. Next up, let's talk about some palettes. So I have 3 palettes that I kind of neglected and came back to. This first thing I reviewed and never touched again for months. I mean, I reviewed it and literally didn't give it a second look. But then I came back to it because of the yellowy goldy shades, and I really like it. So this is the Mini Breaker palette by Jeffree Star Cosmetics. For me, this was just another review. I thought it was a cute color scheme, but once I reviewed it, it was the pressure of doing the big Jawbreaker palette with all those looks I did. I think I did 5 looks in my Jawbreaker review video, that this got pushed aside because the other palette was so much more big and so much more expensive, and that's what everyone was asking for, that I just stopped paying attention to this, and I really like it a lot. I think I use this probably just the same amount as the Jawbreaker palette, honestly, but I'm more likely to reach for this because it's easier and more compact. I really love like the brown shade in here. It's matte, it's a little dry, but it's actually performs really nicely for darkening up the inner corner. And then these 2 shades, and I love an orange too. I don't really use the purples that often, but they do perform nicely. This shade and this shade though, like a goldy, yellowy, orangey kind of shade, love that. And they perform so nicely, like the metallics in this thing are so freaking good. And I really like this palette now, but I did not pay it any mind for months. Next up is something I neglected so much that I decluttered and repurchased because I'm stupid. But this is the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. It's what I have in my eyes today. I don't know how you feel about this look. I don't know how I feel about it either, but it's like a little bit of like a tealy-ish moment. But the Born to Run palette, I heard so many mixed reviews on it, I decided to give it a shot, and then I never used it. And then I got rid of it, and I was like, you know what? I think I could get more use out of it these days. And I really haven't been, to be honest. But I do love every look I come out with, like with this. Like this one's the only one I'm like, okay, it's fine. But I think it's because the rest of my face doesn't look like the best. But I think the eyeshadow is like pretty. I never have a bad look out of this. I never have a look I hate with this palette. Is it the most cohesive thing in the world? No, I wish there were more transition matte shades. There's a ton of shimmers in here. Like this palette is majority shimmers, and so the only mattes we have in this palette are this one and these 4. So we have all these fun colors down here. We have an orange matte too. But we have all these fun colors down here, and the only really transition shades we have are these 2. So it feels like the blue doesn't have any transitions, the green doesn't have any transitions, nothing does. So it's a little bit out of place. The purple doesn't have a transition shade in here. It's the lack of mattes that I really find have a problem with this palette, and probably why I haven't reached for as much as I could have or should have probably. But I do quite enjoy the looks I come out with, so I do feel like I'm paying attention to it more than I did the first time around when I had this palette. But it's still not something I'm reaching for constantly, but I am in love with the formula. I think it's really great, and the packaging on this is like magnetic. It's heavy, it feels great and smooth. Next up is a palette I really enjoyed, except for one shade, which is trash, but I stopped using it forever just because it's so big and bulky, and it's the Life's a Drag palette. This is my eyebrows today. It is the purple shade, and then a little bit of the black mixed into the tail to make my tail a little bit darker because I don't actually have brow hair there. But I love this palette for the neutrals. I don't really reach for the colors that often. I don't feel like they have the best color formula in the world. They're really good, don't get me wrong. This shade's trash. But the rest of them, these 5 shades right here, are fun. But they're a little bit out of place because half the palette's shimmers and so are the only 2, I mean half the palette's neutrals and there's only 2 shimmers in here that are also neutrals. So I love the neutral side of this palette. I think it's great. I love the black and the white in here. I feel like it's a great, like, you can do whatever you want, mix and match kind of palette. And I really love it, but I did ignore it for a really long time because it's big, bulky, and I didn't know how to store it. It wasn't something I wanted to put on the top of my stuff because I feel like you know what you're getting. You're getting this, you're getting that. So I do think it could have been laid out better. I do kind of like the split side of it, but then I kind of hate it at the same time. So I don't know how I feel about that. Not that it matters. I mean, the layout doesn't matter. It's still the colors. Next up is a whole category. Liquid eyeshadows. This is Peach Pretense by Stila. I ignored liquid eyeshadows forever. I just forgot to use them, to be honest. This is that, because if I don't swatch, y'all are going to tell me to. But I forgot to use them forever, and now I use them every day. So they're always right tucked into my waterline to make my eyes look more open and wide. And then these are specifically the Milani Line Plays. I don't know if these are still out. They came out months ago. They were in Ulta, and I have 3 of these. This one is in the shade 01 Peachy Keen, but they're just not the super metallics. These are something more subtle, like a subtle little bit of brightness for me. It's this right here. But it's just a really pretty liquid eyeshadow. It comes in a nice little felt tip wand. I can go ding, 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 and be done. With the fat wand, unlike the Stilas, I do take it on a separate brush and tuck it under my waterline. But I just think those are so cool. And I ignored liquid shadows forever because I like, they're going to get crunchy. They're going to like blah, blah, blah on me. And I never use them on the top lid. Like, it's very rare I use them on the top lid. It's only on the bottom. So they'll last me a lot longer than the average person probably. But I forgot to use them forever, just like Super Shocks. Super Shocks forever, I just forgot to use. Just did not come to mind. I was like, I'm going to reach for a palette and be done with my eye look. Forgot to do stuff like that. The last thing we're talking about today, eyeliner stamps. I didn't use eyeliner stamps forever. And now I love them so much. So this one is from Lottie London. Yeah, a lot of these, Lottie London or Ciate London, Milk also has eyeliner stamps. This one's a moon. But look how easy that is, just done. I do quite like the eyeliner side on all of these that are just like the regular black eyeliner. They're great. But I like the stamps. I feel like it's fun, it's easy, and I'm not very good at drawing little stuff on my face. I'm not an Instagram makeup artist or anything. So these are fun. I like them a lot. I probably wouldn't have purchased them, but the first time I ever got one, I got in a subscription box, and it was the Starstruck by Ciate. And I really liked Little Star, and now I'm glad I have a couple of them. Anyways, you guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't down below. I'd appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.